Trevor's going to what a worm. What a worm.
What a worm.
What a worm.
What's what a worm?
A group chat that turned into a podcast? Hell yeah, dude. Venting to all your besties? Hell yeah, dude. Are they a little bit bothered? Hell yeah, dude.
Welcome to A Little Bit Bothered, the podcast where our group chat spills into your ears. We're four friends who overshare, laugh too much, and aren't afraid to get a little snarky.
We've taken our brutally honest, vulnerable, and downright hilarious conversations from the chat and turned them into a podcast because honestly, why keep all this entertainment to ourselves?
Whether it's the petty stuff, the deep stuff, or the stuff that makes you wonder, did they really just say that? We're here to say,
I think we're a little bit bothered.
I think we're a little bit bothered. Hello, we're your bitches. We're your bothered bitches. I'm Nicole.
I'm Monica.
I'm Ashley.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we were doing so good.
I knew that was going to happen.
Who are you?
So, I'm Ashley.
Okay. Who are you down there? The crier
Kelsey's
and
gonna
the
lose it
fly.
over there.
I'm Kelsey.
That's Kelsey.
Holding it together.
Just barely.
So sorry. That was so aggressive. We realized like last episode that we stopped introducing ourselves a long time ago after we created that. Well, actually after Monica's lovely husband created our intro for us. We were just like, okay, nobody needs to know our names anymore. So we keep forgetting. So, this time we really had to like drive it home not to forget. So sorry for being hella aggressive at you on the get. But also
Well, I
not
think-
sorry. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we're just the biggest freaking yappers. And so we get on and like, we forget to, like, we're just talking to each other. We're like, let's
God,
go.
we've been fucking
Literally.
talking for like
Literally.
a half an hour before
Yeah,
we
we
even
should have
pressed
recorded the whole
record.
thing.
We
Yeah.
should have just fucking.
We need
We
to.
shouldn't be allowed
We say
to-
this all the time. We
We
have
shouldn't
to
be
hit
allowed to
record the
pre-chat.
second we get on. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
pre-chat's allowed.
No, pre-chat is...
Oh,
well,
yeah.
actually, all the time I'm like, stop talking about it. Stop talking about
Yeah,
it.
she
Stop.
does.
Every
Shut
single
up.
time, and then you know what
Save
happens?
it for the
Then
podcast.
you know what happens? We start the podcast and we fucking forget. Like we
digress.
never circle back. Why we never circle back? So
Yeah, it's true.
it is. We have a
It's
problem.
true.
Speaking of problems,
Yes,
Yes.
tell us. You said you had something.
Yes, what are your qualms?
I have something traumatizing that literally just happened to me because my daughter and I were on the way back from a birthday party, and my neighborhood is majority of people have many acres, right? There's a few people that I know that have like 100 acres, so like it's a lot of stretch of land, right? And we're driving home from this birthday party that is literally just 10 minutes down the road from us. The speed limits are 30, so I'm going. Doop-a-doop. It's been raining like crazy, and it's been sunny like crazy when it's not raining. So like the plants are planting, right? They're out, they're everywhere. The grass on the side of the road is tall. It's like probably as tall as me. I'm driving a fucking turkey. A motherfucking turkey runs out in front of my
Oh my
car, and I
God.
hit it.
Stop,
Bitch, I hit a fucking turkey.
Oh no.
Okay?
That's awful.
It didn't
Gobble,
fucking
gobble,
die
gobble.
though. No, it didn't die. There was two of them. One got scared, went back in the bush. The other one that I fucking thunked on my car must have hit like the drive line or something and shot out the side. I'm surprised
Oh
my
my
rear tire
God.
didn't run the thing over, but he got up, literally hopped back up, shook off, and kept running. And I was like, oh my God.
He just got sucked underneath.
And the thing is, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a wild turkey. I'm pretty sure somebody like I'm not saying that was somebody's pet. I'm not saying it was somebody's pet. I think somebody's probably raising turkeys because there's lots of farms. I'm not saying it was somebody's pet. I have to believe that it's not somebody's pet. I also have to believe that it ran and it made it to its destination and it did not die of head trauma, because the way it jumped back up like nothing happened, but also the way it thumped
Oh, it's
my
definitely
car,
gonna die.
I could not
It's
slow
dead.
down. Like,
Well,
it
we can only
literally
hope that it
popped out of the
actually
grass.
was livestock. That way, when it
That's-
dies,
yeah.
maybe it will still get
Yeah.
used for its
Right.
purpose. And
That's
not
why I'm
just
saying, like,
dead.
But it wasn't even like a full grown turkey either. It was like a little one.
It was a
It wasn't a
baby
big one
turkey?
yet. He was a little one. It was a baby turkey.
Oh.
Stop.
There were two
It
of
was a
them.
baby
And
with
I-
his mom, and you ran him over.
No. Both of them were small, so I don't know. It wasn't like the baby with his mom. It was probably two young turkeys, not
How
grown
sad.
yet. Turkeys.
That's terrible.
I
That is
literally was
terrible.
like, oh my god, I just hit a fucking turkey. But also like a turkey, the fuck? Like not a
Yeah.
bird, not a squirrel, not a rabbit, a turkey. A turkey?
A fucking turkey.
Fucking turkey. And so now I'm traumatized.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't know that I would have to add turkey to the list of things to fucking watch out for when I'm driving. Turkey.
Wow, that's wild. Did your kids see it?
No.
Oh,
But
that's
she-
good.
She saw it, the other one that went back into the bush, and I was like, I just hit a turkey. She's like, I saw the other turkey. I was like, oh my god,
Oh no.
That's dramatic.
Oh,
That's wild.
turkeys.
That
It
is the
was wild.
worst.
My kid, there's something wrong with her. She laughed. She was like, ha, turkey. I'm like, oh my god.
You're
At
lucky
this
it was a
point-
smaller turkey. A big
Yeah.
turkey would
I
have fucked
know.
your
Fucked
shit
you up.
up.
I
Right.
know. Thank God.
Could have gone up, could have
Those are
broke the
huge.
windshield.
Mm.
And now I'm also wondering, like, was it actually a turkey or was it some different kind of bird, like fowl thing that? I mean, because it wasn't that big, like they didn't have like the big, big feathers yet or anything. So I don't know, but it looked
Some
like a
kind of
turkey to me, 'cause
poultry.
It had the waddle, it had like the weird head that the turkeys
Yeah.
have and the weird waddle thing.
Gotta eat
But like, I
turkey.
don't know what kind of breed of turkey it was. I don't know. I just hit it. I didn't run it over. I just hit it. That's the thing is I didn't actually like run it over with my car. I didn't get squished. I just hit it. And I
Oh,
heard
his
it.
dumbass shouldn't have been in the road.
His dumbass shouldn't have been in the road. Okay, he should have
Yeah.
leaped out in time for me to see him and stop, not leap out right fucking out of the bush in front of my car. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like animals have a death wish, I swear.
I swear.
Car and they're like, now.
Now's the
Yeah.
time to go. We go now.
I
Like
think,
quails.
deer, I
Oh,
think they're
God.
like, can I run into the side of this car? If you hit the driver door, that's 20 points. You hit
It's
the
like a
back
game
door,
they
that's
play.
10. Like,
Yeah, they're
Swear.
playing a game. It's like a rite of passage. You have to
Yeah.
pass the freeway so many times or something,
Yeah. I swear.
but they
Oh,
sometimes
God.
they don't make it.
Honestly, I'm glad it wasn't somebody's dog because
Yeah, that
we
would
have
be
an
terrible.
epidemic out here. There's a lot of people
Oh.
come. Like, I've never seen it as bad as I see it in East Texas. Is people just dump dogs anywhere? They don't care about them.
Aw.
They just dump them anywhere. And so there's a lot of like stray dogs, or there's a lot of people that just don't care about the dogs that they do have, and they let them roam the
Mhm.
streets. My neighbor's
Mhm.
dogs every morning chase my car down the road. I'm like, y'all bitches are gonna get hit one day. One of
Mhm.
you already has 3 legs. You're pushing your luck,
Yeah.
chasing the vehicles. Quit.
Yeah. Up on the res, there's so many.
Yeah, so that's pretty common in like our freeways. There's people's what I assume to be people's pets just on the side every
Yep.
day. Seems like.
Yep.
And it's
I know.
sad. It's so sad.
Yeah.
So at least it wasn't somebody's dog. I'd take a turkey over a dog any day.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so bad.
I
For
thought you
sure.
were going to say that you saw a not deer.
Oh fuck
Oh
you,
my
I'm not-
God.
Fuck off. Go fuck yourself and the not
Maybe
deer.
it was a
I
not
already-
deer.
Bitch, it was a turkey. The not deer? I don't
Well,
want
is
to
the
talk
does
about
is
it.
the not
we-
deer able to shapeshift or
Yeah, wait, please
I don't
explain
fucking
the
know.
not deer because you
Are they
guys
like a
were going off about
skinwalker?
this in the chat and like
Don't say
I
that word.
kind of
Skinwalker,
thought it,
skinwalker,
but I
skinwalker.
have a
I'm editing you out. I'm gonna edit you out. This is
No, you
getting
should pop
cut.
one up on. You should pop up at one of those guys on the screen right now.
A not deer or a
because-
walker?
because we
Yes.
said like I intended on starting the bothered as fuck Fridays and I did not get that post up, but that was supposed to be your bothered,
That
Oh,
is
and
yeah.
I
I'm
don't know
still
exactly what
bothered.
it is.
It's
so,
a not deer. It's like a cryptid. So like Bigfoot, fucking. What are the other ones, Kelsey? Help me. I can't think of anymore.
I do think
I
that, like,
heard
the
them
most like
reference-
creative name though is like it's a not deer. Like we don't know
It's
what it
a
is, but it's not a
It's,
deer.
it's a not deer. It's a cryptid. I heard them reference like a squonk. What the fuck is a squonk?
I
don't
haven't
know.
listened to that yet. I don't know what a squonk yet is, but
They
anyway,
only.
look it
I
up.
did.
other
I don't
cryptids.
know.
I'm
But
looking up a squonk.
the not deer is like
Yes.
it looks like a deer, but
But it's not.
I
right.
gather it's bigger,
It's-
but it's not
it's-
right. Like some
it's
people
not right.
like describe them as like having like different heads,
Yeah.
or
But basically, they have like a body of a
Ooh.
white-tailed deer, but with
I don't
really
like the
long
squonk.
legs. Oh, I
Squonk
didn't.
is
Did you both look
gross.
at? I didn't see what a
Yes.
squonk is.
I didn't
We'll
A
put-
very
we'll put a
ugly
picture.
pig-like
is-
creature.
There's one picture that kind of makes it look like it's a mouse mixed with an elephant mixed with a heffalump. Or no, what is it? Heffalump?
Heffalumps. Heffalumps and woozles.
You're trying to
know
say
what
snuffleupagus.
How do you
and
even
heffalump
spell
at the same
squonk?
time?
Sound it out. SQUONK.
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 Oh, he looks sad.
He's
I
like,
wasn't trying.
He's kind of cute. Stop. He's kind of like a naked mole rat. He's cute.
He looks like a
No.
naked mole rat mixed with
Yeah.
a piece of poop.
Yeah, he kind of
cute.
does. Wait, mine
He
mine
actually
comes
is
up with
cute.
his
Wait, this one looks
disposition.
like a pig. This
It's
one looks like
that's-
a pig.
it says pig-like.
Okay.
He's cute.
It
If I
says
saw
he's
him, I would
described-
leave him be.
Described
No,
as
they
having
remind
a
me of,
retiring and morbid disposition, often
Yeah,
found
he's-
weeping
wait,
and
wait,
hiding in hemlock forests.
He's weeping.
Yeah, that's-
He's
Ugh. Some of these pictures, though, remind me of those naked cats.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, hairless cat. Yeah.
Yes, which is why I don't like the naked cats
Bitch,
because
no.
they
I
have too
love
much skin.
them. I want
He's
one, and I want to
so
name
sad.
him Dobby.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Dobby.
That would be
He's
the
so
only fitting name.
sad.
Oh,
So sad.
Ew,
He
what is
reminds-
that? That's
He reminds me
gross.
of Alf, kind of.
Yeah.
He does look like Alf. He
Yeah.
also kind of looks like an old man wrinkly ball sack or something. Like
Yeah.
like, that's kind of what he looks like. Speaking of balls,
He kind of does.
I have another
Wow.
disturbing animal thing. That's not the
oh
not
yeah.
deer.
You're weak.
And
You
it's
have
not
had
my
a weird
turkeys.
week.
I've had a weird week, y'all. I saw lizard porn
Oh.
in person.
I
And
saw lizard
porn.
porn.
Okay, I saw lizards doing it.
It wasn't porn until you put it on a camera.
Yeah, you made
I just want to
porn.
make that
Yeah,
clear.
I
You
saw
nature.
made
It was
the
nature.
porn.
I made lizard porn. Correct. I made the lizard porn.
Oh my god, yeah, you really
There's
tried to
nothing
swing
like
that.
opening up the chat to see two lizards going at it.
Okay, but
And
they were
they
like,
were very
going at
cute
it, by the
lizards.
way. Like
They were actually very cute, and it looked like they were hugging.
It
and
was
that's what
they
I
were
told
not
Ava
wrapped
they were
up in
doing.
each other.
they were
They
making
were
love.
wrapped up in each other. They were
Yeah.
actually, you know what I think they were doing? Because I talked to talked to my husband about this. So I was like, "Did you see my lizard board picture?" Because of course I sent it to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I did." And he was like, "I've actually seen the lizards like go at it in the forest. He spends a lot of time in the forest." And I was like, "So do they just like stay like that?" And he's like, "No, like." The male lizard is like aggressive and he like bites her and like gets her. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh. So then it got me thinking, I was like, well, these ones were cuddling. So like what were they just what was going on? So then I thought about it. I'm like, are they like a dog? Like, you know how like dogs and cats they get like stuck together and they have to just
my God.
wait until
Till they
everything
can-
like settles down and they can like
I'm gonna be honest.
Peel apart?
I don't think I've
From
ever
each other?
thought that I about this that long.
No, me either, but here we are. And I was like, that had to be it. So then the even more disturbing part for our listeners, when they did break apart, his thingy was out, but it didn't look like a thingy. It looked like guts. It looked like somebody cut him open underneath his belly and his guts were hanging out of him. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then I had a turkey and that was weirder. So here we go. This is my week.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to Google lizard anatomy. We're gonna have to learn everything about how lizards have sex now. Thanks a lot.
But then there was another lizard. I told you guys there was another lizard watching them. A different
It was
type
actually
of
an
lizard.
orgy.
It was a skink. So he was like on the same lit. They
a
were on
skink that's into
skink.
cuckoldery.
Yep. So we have like the two lizards were on a tote that I have that's outside. They were on the lid, and the other lizard, was on the other side of the tote, like peeking his head up. And once they busted apart, he like came up and was like, "Hey guys," and I'm like, "What is happening? What? Excuse me." Why are you
That's-
looking at them? And then I was like, well, I'm looking at them, so I guess
This-
it's just fucking.
This, this,
Everybody's
this
watching the
porn
lizards.
just keeps getting like
It's getting
Better
more
and
and more
better.
graphic.
It's
yeah,
getting-
it's getting
We're
hardcore.
getting,
Yeah.
we're crossing into hardcore territory here, lizard porn.
We really are.
I need to get hold of National Geographic and tell them I can do some like amateur work. for
Send them that picture you had.
Are you
Shoot
guys
it
hiring?
over.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Monica's like, please stop.
Do we need
Well-
to put a content warning at the beginning of this episode?
I just, I know we say we talk about everything that's in the group chat, and this is accurate. This was in the group chat.
It
but
really was.
also-
It really was.
Listen, there are some things we will not talk about.
There
on
are
air
because
that are in the
I tried to
group
talk
chat.
about one and you guys
She
said,
said-
no. So
That she wanted to, and we said, "Girl, no, that's one of those things that cannot get leaked."
I better start my
outside of
own
the group
podcast
chat,
so I
girl.
can talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm about to have to. I'm about
Can
to
you
have
just
to
re-
download Instagram
I was
and
about
make
to say,
a PSA.
download
there you go.
Instagram and go ham. We're a little bit
We're a little bit
by
bothered by your
choices.
posts. Ma'am.
You guys are censoring me.
Okay,
I'm being censored.
Fuck off.
this reminds me of a reel I saw this week that I'm very
Monica
curious.
said, "Hard."
Not the one we're talking about.
Skirt.
Not the one we're
A
referencing.
different one, a different one. But- This is kind of describing Ashley.
Okay, let's. Oh,
Okay,
is it
yes,
the one,
what?
the yelling out the window one? Because that was really funny.
No, that was
That
good,
was so funny. Okay, anyway.
no. So this one is from Harley Jordan. Like we've talked
she's
about her stuff
adorable.
before. She is adorable, and so she had a new little like, which personality are you, right? And it was,
Oh,
are
yeah,
you
that's
a
right.
pitchfork friend or a fortune cookie friend? So the pitchfork friends are the ones that are like, we ride at dawn, like I got your back,
Ashley
right?
and I. Got it.
And then there's the fortune cookie friends that are like, your feelings are so valid. Let them.
You and Kelsey, 100%.
That's hilarious.
So we're a 50-50 divide
We're
here.
such a
Listen,
good balance.
Behind the scenes, I ride it dawn for you.
Yeah,
but if it
yes.
involves confrontation, then I'm out.
That's funny because behind the scenes, I'm a fortune cookie friend that says your feelings are valid, because Kelsey was being a lunatic earlier, and I was like, "Girl, no, you a lunatic. You're not alone. I'm a lunatic too. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm also crazy. It's fine."
I mean, but like both of them are like acknowledging, like, no, like you're good. But the fortune cookie ones are like, it's okay.
This is a
We're gonna
safe
let them.
space.
We're gonna just like, we're not gonna get invested in that. Like, just let them be, right?
And then
Where
there's
Beautiful
us
are
where we're like,
going after them.
I
Let's
was
get- let's
born to
go.
be a pitchfork, but then something broke somewhere, and
one of your tines broke, and now
so
you
I'm
can't.
afraid I'm
Yeah.
only a pitchfork in my mind.
Yeah, no, same.
You intend
like,
to be a pitchfork, but it doesn't come out that way.
I will get riled up in the group chat, and then I'm like, but I can't say that to them.
We were referencing before, I would really like to, but also I
Yeah.
don't want to start like unnecessary drama, because I just think it's not worth my brain power. But I
think-
do think what the situation was is gross and just not.
The only reason I feel called to say something is because I think it's like we're all watching children be like
yeah.
exploited
Yeah.
or suffer type of thing, and then we're all like everyone on the internet, I don't know who we all are in this scenario, but like to
Right,
not
right.
say
All of you
anything is like I said,
Well, and
watching a train wreck. Like we're just
But the
watching
other
it
thing
happen.
is- the other thing is she has people in her comments that are like, "Oh my god, yeah, like so relatable," and it's like, actually, I don't think so. Like,
Some things just shouldn't be shared on the internet. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, that's all I'll say here.
Mhm.
yeah,
There's oversharing, and then there's oversharing other people's.
Not your business
Yeah,
to be
like,
sharing.
your business.
Yeah.
Did you see? There was a girl on, a fairly popular influencer. I gather I'd never heard of her before. I don't know if she was on live, but she was like being so mean to her daughter on TikTok, and like she like
Was it
smacked her with the
Trevino?
brush. No,
Oh.
no, I've heard of her. Her name's
Wait, how old
Megan.
was the daughter? How old was the daughter?
Like young, like I would say 6 or 7. Like
Mm-hmm.
she was. I don't know. My skewed kids that talk feel older. Even
A kid,
though they're
okay, yeah,
probably
but not like a toddler.
No.
Yeah, okay.
There was toddlers around. Like there was a little boy who I would guess was probably 3 or 4. but she was being mean to the girl, and she was like crying about it getting her hair brushed. She like hit her with it, and she was like cussing at her, and it was crazy what people are willing to do online. Like
Then what do they do
that you're
off the
willing to, yeah.
camera?
It's like if you're willing to do that in front of people, what are you doing when
Yeah.
you don't think someone's watching? Like
It's
what?
fucking crazy.
Not okay.
That's so crazy.
Not okay.
Well, that's the whole that is people's problem, like what we were talking about before with the mommy vlogging and stuff, and like people sharing their families and
Yeah.
their kids without really like their consent, or and as they get
Yeah.
older it just gets like more and more uncomfortable, you know? Yeah, there's the lines are
that's kind of the thing
confused.
too, is like if we're uncomfortable watching it, like how does the child feel, or how are they going to feel eventually one day? But it's like it's one thing of like sharing something that's like, oh, here's something really relatable, right? Versus like, oh, I feel uncomfortable. Like that was
It was
inappropriate, maybe
uncomfortable.
borderline inappropriate, but like I feel uncomfy having this information now.
Yes. And
It's
two,
also
like,
crazy.
you have to think like depending on how old like some of these children are do they see what you're posting? Do they also have
Or their
social media? Like,
friends.
are their
Is this even going to be
friends?
interesting to somebody who doesn't know what we're talking about?
I
I
mean,
don't
I think
know,
so,
but
because we've
in general.
all, I think, have come across
I think in
somebody, whether we
general.
know personally or somebody that we follow, who just like shares something, and you're like, I know you're trying to be funny, I know you're trying to be relatable here, but I don't know how to feel and like handle this information you're giving me right now. Like I shouldn't have this information.
It's like that 17 diapers. Well, this is kind of on a different like thing, but that 17 diapers girl.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was like a big thing on TikTok
Yeah.
where she walked around her house and picked up the 17 diapers and was like trying to make it seem relatable. But she started getting a lot of heat on TikTok for all of her videos, and people are like pointing out everything. They're zooming in on every little detail of all of her videos of her kids, and they're like pointing out why it looks like they're abusing their son and all this stuff. And like CPS
Was that
allegedly
Nurse
got
Hannah or
involved.
someone else?
Yeah.
No, I think that was Nurse Hannah.
Yeah, it was.
It's just crazy because we've talked before that we're scared of CPS and we're good moms. Like there's no
you're
reason
right.
for us to be scared of CPS,
No.
but to be posting
But it's an
shit
authority
online
over
like
us.
that. Yes, yeah. The feeling I think is something all moms have. But then for these women who are posting like hitting this kid with this
With
hairbrush
no
or
fear
whatever, like,
whatsoever. Yeah.
bitch, what the fuck? You don't know what could happen.
No.
Well, and people did report Nurse Hannah. They used all. I don't know what the outcome was.
Yeah, they did.
Whatever, but I know that it was.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing too. Is it's like that's all public information now to be used against you. And again, like
also what happened with Ruby Frankie or whatever 8 passengers.
Well, yeah.
Like, didn't people online start like because of what she was posting online? They started.
Yep. People were
reporting
speculating for a
suspicious
long
and
time
speculating,
that she
yeah.
was abusing
And
them.
that's how she got caught because of her online presence. Like, don't put your kids on the internet, or don't put things
It's
about your
fucking
kids on the internet
crazy.
either. Like,
But I
stopped
mean-
posting my kids on the internet because they can say, yeah, I want you to take a picture of me, and like, okay, great, but they can't be like, yeah, I want you to take a picture of me and then share it with the whole world, you know, like.
The other
don't know
side
what
of
that
it though
means.
is that like the people that aren't abusing their kids like probably like are, I mean, not saying that they're not putting their kids on the internet, but like if they hadn't put their kids on the internet, would Ruby Frankie still be abusing her kids? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, true. Some those children were probably partially saved, but also she got like her whole thing was so weird because she built up her fame and the abuse started like within her
Kind of
time
because
frame of
of it,
becoming
yeah.
famous. Yeah, and then she teamed up with that other fucking chick, whatever her
Weirdo.
name was.
Yeah.
Both weird.
Yeah.
Well,
One
I think
time,
part of it with that though is that it was like her kids were the focal point of her being able to have a platform, and so they had
Yeah.
to cooperate, and she couldn't control them in the way she wanted to, and then it just escalates and builds into one thing to the next. But I think like Kelsey, what you were saying is like if she hadn't taken that path, like would she still have become abusive? Is that what you were saying?
no, I'm saying like if she didn't put them online and she was abusing them, they would still be being abused.
Oh yeah,
because,
they wouldn't. She
I
wouldn't
mean,
have gotten caught. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
in a way, it was definitely like the saving grace for the children, for sure. But like,
well, it's just like it's just like a
It's a weird situation.
It is a weird situation. It's a double-edged sword. Don't put
We
your
could
kids
say
online,
like, don't put
but
your kids on
also,
the
like,
internet, but like also like if they're being abused, like.
and somebody can point that out from the internet, that yes, like that's
Yeah.
great, but also it's just
But
like,
also, people on the internet get like a little too vigilante,
Crazy.
thinking that they're gonna like
They
save
do.
the day, and it's
Yeah,
like
that's
crazy.
true.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like a regular
Yes.
mom that's just like posting, and maybe her kids are in the background, or like maybe like like I've even seen stuff where it's like a mom is posting her house is obviously it's not dirty, but it's like kind of ransacked because her children are, you know, playing, or there's toys and there's dishes in the sink or whatever, and people will be like, ew, your home is dirty, clean it, you have kids that live there. And it's like, you don't know that her house is dirty, you just see
Well, that even
like
to the
laundry
Nurse Hannah
in,
thing, I
on the
didn't go
bed,
down the
like,
rabbit hole.
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
think more discovered, but the 17 diapers, it's like, should you have 17 diapers laying around your house all the time? No, probably not. But like, have you
That's
never had to pick up diapers from the day where you're like, you were changing a diaper and then you ran off to do something else, and then you have to backtrack and pick up like.
Yeah.
I'm
oh
just
my god, I
saying.
can't even tell you like how many times I was breastfeeding and like pretty much just stuck on the couch after, you know, being postpartum, or stuck in our bed with a baby just changing diapers and literally setting them on my
Yeah.
like little side table until I could finally detach myself from said small child to go then and throw out the freaking diapers or whatever. So like, okay, maybe not 17 and maybe not all around my house, but yes, I've had like a pile up of a few diapers on the
Yeah.
couch or on the whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
then that's what I'm saying. Like, it's risky to be posting anything at all because someone's going to say something regardless. Somebody's probably going to say something about our podcast at some point and be like, these bitches are stupid. Like, okay.
Yeah, you could
We are
get
a little
called out
bit,
for
but whatever.
anything.
Yeah.
We are a little stupid, but it's fine.
Yeah, everyone thinks that they're superior, and there's always
Yeah.
somebody that's willing to tell you that, especially about your house. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't just walk around and clean up every mess as it occurs all day long, because that would be a miserable existence for me.
Yeah.
If you enjoy, I guess, if
I
you're
always say,
type
like-
A, you want to keep your house clean, that's great.
Like, my
And
house
it's
is
not for me.
clean. My house is clean, but it's
it's-
not tidy. It's like there's I got kids that live here.
It's got tornado
husband-
energy going on.
We
It's
got
fine.
we're all chaotic. I
My
got
friends-
ADHD. Like, it's not it's not happening every day.
My one set of couple friends, they refer to it as old dirty versus new dirty. Like, new dirty is just like your house is clean, but also it's like a fucking mess, you know, like your kids threw
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ground and like your
Yeah,
dishes
yeah,
are there from last night. Or like old dirty is like really actually dirty, you know,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
dirty environment.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the differentiation. It's just your house looks lived in, and when you have kids,
Yeah.
it's just lived in.
It's just living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, people will judge. I'll see like, oh, they'll be like, oh, clean my house with me, and people like stop trying to normalize this. And it's like, my kids could do this to my house in a day. Like,
in less than a day. My kids
I
can do
mean,
that to
my
house in
sink-
an hour.
my sink.
Hour.
Well, people are like, oh, those dishes have been in there for weeks. That I'm like, no,
Bro, no,
my
they're not.
sink could fill up to that capacity in a day.
And it
Yeah.
does. It is
Overflowing.
one day
Lunchtime.
overflowing 100%.
Yeah. By
Yeah.
lunchtime, unless you're like on it, and like sometimes like you just can't be, like you've got to move on to the next thing.
Yep.
By
Like
lunchtime,
my
though,
laundry.
you're like, okay.
My laundry
It's-
yesterday, I gave myself a time limit. I was like, I need to do, like, obviously I need to do laundry, so I need to get it sorted and like folded. But I was like, I only have till this time to do this, and once I reach that time, even if I'm not done with this task all the way, I've got to move on because I had somewhere to be. So
Mhm.
it's like, I can do what I can do with this task now for this amount of time. If I don't finish it, fine, but at least I've made some progress on it.
Yeah.
And like the notion with the dishes, you guys like sparked something in my brain that like people that don't like to leave dishes in their sink overnight. And like, I get that. That's fine. You don't have to. For me, was putting so much like stress. Like, I need to get my dishes in the dishwasher at night. This way they're clean in the morning so I could you know. And I've just found like that was more of a stressor for me than something that actually helped. So like now I run my dishwasher in the middle of the day. So normally there's dishes in the sink at night. They're my dinner dishes usually, and
Yeah,
then my
the whole like
breakfast dishes.
evening reset is not for me.
Yes, it's
Mm-mm.
No,
not
it's
More like a
horrible.
because I
mid-morning
just-
reset for me.
Yeah, I got to
Yes.
do like an early afternoon or a mid morning thing, and like, but it used to trip me out, like seeing the dishes in the sink, you know, as I'm leaving my kids' bedroom, walking into my bedroom because like now I'm exhausted and I need to go to bed, and then I'd be like see them and I'm like, oh my fucking god, like I had to like get that out of my head, like just because you see people doing that online doesn't mean you have to do that too. Like you're gonna have to figure out something that works for you. And are they dirty? No, I rinse them off. They're just chill. You know what I mean? Like, but I always used to be like, ew, you're dirty if you're doing that. And it's like, really, you're not. You're just, you got to find the rhythm that works for you. And
Definitely.
And I'm not the type of mom that can go put my kids to bed and then come out and do an evening routine. No, because I fall asleep in bed with them most of the time. So when I wake up, I'm like, I'm crawling to my bed and like, ugh, like I'm exhausted. I want to go back to sleep. So it's like, that just don't work for me. And I think you do have to like figure out what works for you, of course. But I just feel like in this day and age, somebody is always saying something about something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like literally anything. You could choose any topic and you could go online and find a million different opinions for why it's the best thing in the world and the worst thing in the world.
Worst. Yep.
Can I tell you what I saw on TikTok that I was shocked that people had opinions on it and like strong opinions?
Yes.
Let me ask you, do you flush your tampons?
Oh my god. No, of course not. No, that's wild.
Do you flush your tampons?
I don't, because I have a septic tank. That will ruin my septic tank.
Monica,
why aren't you answering?
I
have in the past.
In the past,
I have in the past when I was
Whoa,
younger.
I've
I think
never
I did
done
I just
this.
Didn't. I've never so when I was younger, I think like in high school, yes.
Yeah.
Moving out on my own, no, because septic tanks.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I know I have in like a very like random situation, like at a Walmart or something, or like somewhere where they didn't have a little trash can. But like I grew up in the country with a septic tank and like nobody's flushing tampons. But it's a wildly controversial subject. There are lots of people that like
controversial.
They're like, why would I fling my bloody thing around trying to get it in the trash can? Yeah, I'm
why
flushing
would you fling it around?
why
yes,
are you
good question.
And
No
it's
one
just like,
suggested that.
well,
why are you flinging
and
it
obviously other people are like, why would you flush something that's literally meant to absorb liquid down
okay, both sides. I can see both sides.
No, I mean, I like
what?
I think I have like definitely like in high school, like what Nicole was saying,
Yeah.
but it's because there was definitely no like thought beyond it.
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
whatever, like I'm gonna flush it. Now as an adult, I'm like, that doesn't break down like toilet paper. That's not supposed to go there.
But people are not. They're getting to be an adult and they're not knowing that.
Never registering. That's insane to me. That's so crazy.
One person's like, well, my mom flushed their tampons, so I've always flushed my tampons. And it's like, no one ever. And somebody said, I always saw the signs and I thought that they were just like a joke because I thought everyone flushed their. They're like, no, because I thought everyone knew it was common knowledge not to flush a tampon.
I mean,
it is
if you
more
weren't
convenient.
taught that.
It is, but like I've always just knew that was like detrimental damage too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. In the same realm, I saw a TikTok, which you guys might have seen it too, because I feel like it's going fairly viral. Like people are stitching it. Of an esthetician. She's talking about your hygiene down there and how like some people literally don't know this, but you need to wipe from front to back, not back to
I saw
front.
that.
And like people don't know that. And I'm like, that's another
Well, it's
thing that's
also
like, okay, it should be common knowledge, but it's not common knowledge.
But she's also saying she sees it during waxes, and it's like you're going to a wax and you're not like
clean.
Yeah. Well,
like I'm like taking a shower and then I'm probably using baby wipes like right before I go too.
well,
like
that's what I was like. Isn't that okay? So maybe that's. I don't know in your school, Kelsey, but my cosmetology school, they had an aesthetics program, and like that, I didn't do the aesthetics program, but I was friends with a lot of the estheticians, and
I was
knew the
apprentice. I didn't go to
teachers.
school.
Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind then. But in our school, we did services for people. You can come in off the street and get services at hair schools, right? And aesthetic schools. Well, it was like standard practice where they would literally be like, here are wipes before your service. You need to clean yourself before your service. So like it shocks me that people get these services done and they don't know that. Why would you not be doing that? Like if I had a wax booked, I would be, like you said, showering beforehand. Then I would be walking in there and be like, I need to use your restroom, and sanitizing my whole body probably, and then going to my appointment. You know what I mean? Like common courtesy, because somebody's going to be down in an area. And even if you like take a shower, drive to your appointment, then whatever, like your vagina is now in clothing, right? And it's suffocating. It's not just like airing out. So you're going to need to like, like go wipe yourself with wipes. Don't be a weirdo. Like, if people don't do that. Yeah, she was.
This is coming from the girl who just said that makes sense to flushing the tampons down the toilet, though. So
no, it makes sense in the sense that like you weren't taught it, then you wouldn't know it.
It makes, I mean,
but
like,
I feel like if you're going to get a wax service, that should be part of your prep for your wax, and your waxer should tell you.
Well, maybe they should do what they do at the cosmetology school and just tell all of the women. You know what I mean? Like if you're your own esthetician, you should be like,
this. Yeah, your wax, or at least in, you know, maybe in
for their own
rules
self
of the establishment, the rules of the establishment, you need to say like you need to whatever, take care of your business. You got people laying on your table with like toilet paper in their labia. Ugh. Come on, that's not okay. God.
I think to wrap that up, the girl's point was not to clean yourself before your wax. It was she was shocked how many people don't know to wipe from front to back.
Yourself. Correct. Yeah, that was the thing that I was bringing up. Like people don't actually know that. We got off on a little tangent there, but like, it's like, it's just like the tampons. If you're not taught it, you don't know it. If you're taught like it's okay to flush these things, then I had a friend growing up who didn't flush any toilet paper at all. It all went into the trash can. Doesn't matter. And so like that, I was like, that was always weird to me. Cause I was like, well, that's weird. Like
that is weird.
That's weird. That's supposed to go in there. That's weird. But like, they didn't flush their toilet paper. She put all of her toilet paper in the trash can. So it's like, you know, I guess it's just whatever.
Well, sometimes that's just a matter of like if they're on a septic tank or not. And sometimes I'm
on a septic tank. You can put
but like some are like real sensitive than others. But
well, not when you live in an apartment. But
okay,
like,
fair.
That's just weird.
That's just something that's been passed down.
That's definitely a like in the home rule kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, this is fun. What are we doing next?
Let's move on to something else, which I don't know what else we have to talk about. This is just how we get here. Okay, you want to talk about like book stuff, because we haven't really talked about book stuff in a. Well, I guess I say we haven't really talked about book stuff in a while, and then I bring up book stuff every fucking time. Stop. But you guys, pointing at you. You can't tell who I'm pointing at. Kelsey and Monica. You guys. The way you guys are on my screen right now. Anyway, you guys brought up in the chat, I think it was.
Yeah.
That there was like TikTok controversy. Not TikTok controversy, but there was
news coverage.
Book talk drama. Some book talk drama because there was a ball.
Oh, the festival.
Yeah, the Million Lives.
Yeah, the Million Lives festival.
It was like the Fire Fest of book fairs,
like
or
the
book
Fire
festivals.
Fest of book festivals, correct. If you're not if you're not a book talker like we are, if you're not in the bookish community, or sound so fucking pretentious. So
this will still be interesting. So
it'll be interesting. But if you're not
it's wild
privy to all things book stuff, a lot of people lately, like with the rise of romantasy and like A Court of Thorns and Roses and like fucking what's the other one? Fourth Wing. People are holding like fantasy ball type things that go along with these books, right? Well, recently a event company, if you can call it that, put on an event for the book community. They had like it's like a convention. It was like
yeah,
book
well, it was
con,
supposed to be black
basically.
tie. It was supposed
It's
to be a
supposed
black tie.
Well, that's the ball
event.
part. The ball part, but there's more.
Yeah,
There
and
was
then
a
bunch of
whole
authors.
convention.
Yeah.
So there was supposed to be a bunch of authors. There was supposed to be panels where people could come and see their authors talk about books and blah blah blah. There was the ball, and then there was supposed to be a like cosplay day, like a cosplay competition. There was also supposed to be like a content creation room where you could go and create your own bookish content, and they would have like props
so
or whatever.
many
And so many things, so many expectations that did not happen. People arrived and there was nothing, essentially.
Well, I think
there was just tables.
Yeah, that's what's so shocking
in a
is
room.
like when you see the videos, because initially you're like, oh, okay, it was a bad event, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
and then you see it, and
not
it's
a planned event.
They walk into a room, and it's just basically an empty conference room in a hotel with long tables and a single line of rose petals across the table.
And they're in ball gowns, mind you. They're in ball gowns.
But I found out
and
I
only 140 people were there. Supposedly that was the count.
Okay, so
but I think that includes the authors.
Okay, so I went. Okay, so thank you to the Do We Know Them podcast. They did a deep dive on this. They have a researcher because they're a top tier podcast.
They're not a mediocre podcast.
We're just a mediocre podcast. So I'm sorry. I love them. Shout out to the girlies. They are my favorite, like one of my favorite podcasts. If you don't know, you should know. Go watch them. They're cool. Tag them so that
they're funny.
We could maybe be friends with them. Anyway. So they did like a whole deep dive on it. And so this girl, the person that came up with the event planning company, it's like Archer something. Yeah. It's just one person. It's not a team. It's not an event planning company. It's just one girl. And she planned this event over the course of a year and a half. That is what gets me. Is this was over the course of a year and a half. Selling tickets. She was reaching out to authors saying, hey, I want to invite you to my book con. Okay. Would you like
it's
to come?
like a big case of it looked really good in her head, but she did not execute it.
Well,
not
and that's what I'm so curious
but she
about.
Took money from these people.
Okay, but this is...
She not only took money for the event tickets, the authors had to pay to be a vendor. So they had to pay $250 to be vendors. And
that is so stupid.
But here's the thing.
They had to bring their own stuff, which is normal. That part is normal.
But this is what I'm like so confused about.
But when they got there was nothing.
It's like, did she set out to be like a scammer? Or did she truly have this idea in her head and just had no ability to execute?
I honestly don't think that she set out to be a scammer. I think she's just terrible at what she does.
That's what I thought at first.
I think she probably was like, it's gonna fall into place. It's gonna be okay. No. And then you find out that like hosting an event like this takes a lot of people to make it happen.
So she did host an event before. They had one previous event that actually one of the offers that went to this Million Lives event said that was why they signed up to go to this event. That was why they paid to go to this event, because the first event that this person held went fairly well. That author had a good experience. The turnout was good. I don't know if it was a 2-day event or what the size caliber of the previous event was, but it turned out well. Okay, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, maybe she just, fucked up. Like, she just got in over her head. Well, the authors and the people that were vendors started coming out about their experience. One girl was there as an author, and she was also there like as the bookstore, I guess. And so I don't really know the logistics of what being a bookstore.
Well, that girl that was the bookstore, she was told that, oh, you could sell all these books and make the profit from them.
Yes,
but
100%.
She was told that she was not having to provide the books, that the event runner was providing the books.
Correct.
Which is like,
but that is really an odd thing. But so the bookstore situation, she was told she was going to have the books, that she would be able to make 100% of the profit off the books. And she was like, that's weird. We should split it. And the event coordinator was like, no. I want you to have all the profits. Weird. She never supplied the books. The books never showed up. But she said they got lost. Okay, that's weird. That same girl, though, also had her own booth. So she had 2. And she had her books that she was selling as her hard earned or hard worked
Yeah.
and hard earned spent money
Yeah.
because you have to pay to, do your own books,
Mhm.
obviously. So she was trying to sell her books obviously to make money. Well, that girl, the event coordinator, at one point, because the books got lost, she was like, well, the swag bags that was supposed to be here also got lost. Everything that was supposed to come to this event got lost. I kid you not, even the IDs. They said the IDs and the vendor badges and all the wristbands that you would get at the door of an event like this, it got lost. It got
Everything
shattered.
got
It got
lost.
broken. It never got delivered. Everything was never delivered, right? Okay. So the bookstore girl, the event coordinator came over to her table and was like, oh my God, the swag bags, blah, blah, blah. Can I please, I'll reimburse you. Can I take some of your books to go give to some VIP, like people that bought VIP tickets? Because I'm throwing together swag bags right now on the fly. And the girl was like, okay, as long as you reimburse me for it, like that's fine. And so she takes the books, she goes. She's like, 15 minutes later, people started coming up to my booth. Hey, girlfriend over there said that we could come over to your booth and get a free book. And she's like, what? And this was like to the point where now she's really like realizing like, okay, there's something really fishy going on here. Something is not right. But she also felt bad. She was like, these people are getting screwed because they bought tickets to an event that they thought were going to be a certain caliber and it's not.
Not
And she
even
felt bad.
close.
So she was like, I was giving people books for free because they were getting screwed. I was getting screwed. Everybody was getting fucking screwed. So
now
I
she's
felt
now
bad.
she's affiliated with it as the
Right.
bookstore.
Right.
Right. So she was
Yeah.
like, I was just giving people my free book. So now I'm out of money as an author. And then that author found out from other vendors that the fucking event coordinator was talking shit about her to everybody else, saying that she was trying to scam her out of books.
Oh my God.
And she was trying, yeah. And so she twisted the whole story, right? Then there was another book vendor who was disabled. And she was just trying to make that like sure that the event space was ADA compliant. Like, I'm a disabled person. Am I going to be able to, do I need to know beforehand? Because if not, then I need to hire somebody to come with me, whatever. And the event coordinator was going around talking shit about this author too, saying that she was haggling her about it being ADA compliant and that she was making it a hard time for her, like just giving her a hard time about this woman who was disabled.
Which is wild
She's
because
like,
she has every right
it's
to.
against the law.
Yeah, she has
Like,
every right
it's
to
literally
feel like
against
that
the
for a hard
law.
time.
Yes. And so like at first I was like, maybe this girl isn't a scammer, but then after hearing all these like anecdotes from these people that were there, I'm like, no, she saw
If
a lot of
she's a
money coming
scammer,
in
then
and
she's really
she-
bad at
Very.
it.
horrible.
Either way, she's
horrible
really bad
it.
at something.
Well, I think maybe she did try, and then she was like, "I'm getting caught," and now it's time to backtrack and like, because now she has come out and said like, "Okay, I'm going to issue refunds to everybody that came."
Well, she literally
it's
did
like,
it. Like I caught wind of
fuck?
it so
Yeah.
fast as for a TikTok thing. Like
Yeah.
I saw her video. I think the night it happened, maybe,
Yeah.
or even like the next day, where she was
her
like,
actual video where she was
Yes.
apologizing.
where she's. It was. I would not call it an apology. She was like deadpan,
Yeah.
and she was like,
No
I'm sorry.
emotion.
If
at
you were at-
all.
if you would like a refund,
Contact
yeah,
me.
I-
let
Contact
me
me
know.
if you would like a
Basically,
return.
that
Yeah,
was
she
it.
was
That
like,
was
I
it. And it's like,
Well, she
understand.
came out again later.
Yeah, she's like, I understand that things were not set up to par. And if you would
Yeah.
like a refund, reach out to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody
Yeah.
wants a refund. And then some.
Yeah. But she was also blaming the convention center for saying like, oh, the convention center wouldn't allow us to set up signage to point people in the right direction of the
No.
event.
None
So
of that makes
somebody,
sense.
yeah, an attendee went and emailed the fucking Baltimore Convention Center and said, I would just like to know, is this accurate? This is what we're being told.
Yeah.
Because we were vendors and we were not.
Not a
Like,
chance would they want
the vendors
that.
spend their money to come be
Yeah.
a vendor in hopes that they're going to make money back, and you just ruin that opportunity for them. Like all the authors that were there as vendors were buying each other's books just to like kind of help each
Yeah.
other out.
Well, and that's
And
what's
it's,
so
like,
sad too, is that these were all like independent authors. So these are not like
Yes,
big
all
represented
indie authors, not big
yeah.
headliney fucking.
I do
Sarah J.
think
Maas
that
wasn't there.
thank God for TikTok. You can do it on TikTok all you want, but a lot of people are flocking to these authors
Yeah, I
to
do
support
think that
them
that's
in
pretty
spite
cool.
of
Yes.
this.
That's
So-
good. But
That
now
is good. Silver lining.
now the event coordinator went and posted please support all these authors, listed all the authors that were vendors, to support them to right the wrongs that I made or some shit like that. She was like, from my mistakes, they're out of money, so please go support them. So now she's trying to jump on the bandwagon that like she's the one that told people to go support them.
Has she canceled? Because she had
an
canceled
October. The other event. Yep,
okay.
She did cancel it. Yep. And she put out another statement after that very deadpan one that was a written one that said, like, we're going to be issuing refunds from now to May 31st. And then all of them, vendor, VIP, regular ticket, whatever, issuing all of them. And then she posted saying, these are all the vendors that were supposed to be at this, or that were at this event that didn't fucking make shit any money. And here you go, support them, basically. But the other thing that was crazy is the ball. Like, the ball itself, they had a JBL speaker as the DJ. I kid you not. A JBL speaker as the DJ that was provided by security. It was a security guard's JBL speaker that he had in his truck.
Whose Spotify account was it?
I don't know, but they named the
probably had ads still.
Probably.
Wasn't even a premium subscription.
So they named the JBL speaker DJ Steve because they were like, we're just trying to make the best of it. And
I was about to say, what I haven't seen is did people see this through to the end and then complain?
Yes.
Okay, so they had the ball and they tried to do it all, and it just was just like, wow,
people showed up.
Okay,
and there's video.
I knew they showed up, but I was like, did they actually like get there and then like
No,
stick with it when they saw that it was a sham?
Yeah. So there was very few people there, but they did. One of the ladies said, like, we cranked up Steve as loud as Steve will go, and we did like the Cupid shuffle, and we did we just danced and tried to have a good time of it. We tried to make the best of it, but it was an empty ballroom.
No.
They had some macaroons, some truffles, and like, I don't remember what else, some like little snacky thing on a table that's where the rose lined table was, and that was it. They freaking didn't even turn off the lights. There was no decorations. It was just an empty, gigantic ballroom.
I would have left.
And then
I guess kudos to them for trying. I wouldn't have tried.
I have to find the pictures, but the content creation room, and remember how that was a thing, was literally an empty room with the lights off. Also, that when it was like something you walk into, it'd be like you walk in, you'd be like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong room, and like leave, because it wasn't set up at all. There was nothing in there for you to use as a prop. There wasn't even a couch. There wasn't even a chair. There was literally nothing.
Gosh.
One of the panels, because they were supposed to have panels with narrators, some audiobook narrators came. I'm assuming like more indie ones, but they came. They were supposed to have tables and chairs for this panel. They didn't, because the event center needed them for something else, I guess, and or whatever. Homegirl probably didn't book it the right way, and they came and they removed their stuff from the room. But there was no tables, no chairs, and all the narrators and all the people that were coming to do this panel with them, like the audience, just sat on the floor. They sat on the floor like circle time, and I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
Why did anyone see it through? I don't understand.
Because they paid money for this, you know, like, and I feel bad. Like,
they must have had. I probably would have stuck it out.
So yeah, well, because and a lot of them are saying like, I met so many people in person that I know online, so that's the silver lining. Is like, I've been friends with these indie authors online forever, and I finally got to meet them and like see them and have, a good relationship with them, and we just tried to make the best of it, but we were all scammed out of money, out of time, out of effort of being there. And then we were supposed to have this ball that everybody took very seriously, and nothing happened. What makes me truly believe that she did scam people is one of her friends, somebody that's friends with her and an author that was being a vendor. He was told, another woman. She was told when she was invited that there was already 500 to 600 ticket sales. It was going to be a huge event. I've already sold 500 to 600 tickets. Would you want to be at this event? And that's why she was like, oh yeah, this is a big event. for her. It was a big event for her. She's like, it's a smaller event, but it's a big event. Five to 600 tickets. That's a lot of people. Like, my book's going to be in front of a lot of people. Great. Like, yes, I need to do this. If I want to be an author and I want to get somewhere, I need to do these events. And then it was like 15 people in and out all day. You know what I mean? Like, I think the number that you said was like 140, and that was like over the course of 2 days. 2 days, 140 people over the course of just 2 days.
That's
so
wild.
It's not full all the time. She's like, people were just wandering around, like thinking.
I didn't realize that was a 2-day event. I thought it was just like an
2-day
evening
event.
Oh
the
my
cosplay
gosh.
thing never even happened.
Oh my god.
Like, people legitimately were scammed out of their
You should just
lives.
you should do your research and verify on any festivals that you book, because you might get fucked.
But that's kind of it. It's like anybody could be an event planner.
Anybody could.
Like anybody
maybe
could
I'll
book,
do an event.
you know, the convention center if you got
And
the
these are so
deposit.
popular. Like these book balls are like everywhere right
They're
now.
popping up
off.
everywhere. They're
And
like,
you see them and they're glamorous.
Yeah,
a lot
some
of them
are
are
beautiful.
really nice.
so there's
So
a
it's
standard.
like-
So there's a standard. So when these people bought these tickets a year and a half
Yeah.
ago and up to now, they thought that's what they were getting.
Yeah.
It's crazy because she must have royally fucked up or been a scammer, because the event venues normally wouldn't even like what you pay to host the event there. They would be providing the chairs, the tables, the speakers, like the microphone, like all that stuff would be built in. So for her to have this
for a
event and
package,
have
right?
nothing is like
Wild.
How did you
Yeah,
even do
wild.
that?
How did you
Well,
do
it's
that?
almost like
And then how's the event center like
she
affiliated with
she
it?
probably booked it as like the lowest package.
It was a hotel,
and
I think, is what I read.
No, it's the Baltimore Convention
Yeah.
Center. That's what
They
it
Oh,
was.
were-
I read that it was like a
they were supposed to
hotel.
stay at the
Maybe it's-
Hilton,
maybe
and then
both.
and she was supposed to pay for the rooms for the
Oh, yeah.
authors, and then like the day of or the week of or whatever, I think it was the day of, she had like an issue with her credit card and moved everybody over to
she
the Days
claimed-
Inn.
She
Maybe that's
claimed
what I saw.
twice.
Yeah.
She claimed 2 times during this whole ordeal, that 2 separate times, not the same incident that she talked about twice, 2 separate times, that her account was hacked for fraud, like hacked by somebody, and
Which is
she was dealing with
insane
fraud.
because
2
this
times.
should have
That
been
doesn't
a
happen.
business account, and there's like it just
When
none
I
of it
found
tracks.
out how and when I found out how long she had to prepare for this,
Yeah.
she had a year and a half to prepare and plan for this.
She had balls to even show up to the event herself, honestly.
I know.
Can you
I'm
imagine
surprised
being
she
there for
didn't
2
I don't know
days
if
and
she
looking
did.
these people in the face?
There's no pictures of her there. There's no nothing. I think she put the macarons and the fucking truffles on the table and ran out for her life goodbye.
Yeah.
I don't think she
That would
actually
make
went
sense.
to this convention except to do that.
I mean,
And
she had
then-
to be there long enough for like the
hightailed
book
it out.
ordeal, but
yeah.
that would be it. But
Yeah, but
probably
but,
checked
like-
out shortly after. I mean,
Yeah,
I
she probably
would.
was like, "This is going bad. See you later."
Move to Mexico.
Well, you
Move
know
to
that-
Mexico, change your name.
right? Like you know
Yeah.
that people were confronting her and asking her like a million questions, so she probably did just like check out at some point.
I would. I'd be like, okay, never mind.
Well,
Let me fall off the
Right?
face of the earth.
Pitchfork friends going after.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. All the fortune
Say-
cookies are shoving their pitchfork friends to the front of the line.
Right.
Go
She
talk to
was
her.
trying to say to like some of the other vendors and authors and like people that she was talking to that like she caught her husband cheating. So like all these other personal things were like
So
reasons why she
So that's why
Like,
a year and a half she forgot
Yeah,
to
and
plan
I'm
the
like,
party.
personal crap, but like handle your business.
yeah, like you had a year and a half. This should have been planned just fine.
Well, and
Like,
it's so crazy because like
what?
with the cost of the tickets and the authors paying for everything and all of that,
$40 on the low end,
Right.
and I think $200 on the high end for like
there was
VIP.
money in there.
and then the vendors were $250.
right. There was money in there to go hire somebody to help her. Maybe not a
Like
huge
she probably
team,
could have booked
but somebody.
No, but she probably could have booked the convention room with just the vendor fee. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're going to
Yeah.
have to take whatever money you make. It's going to have to pay for the convention room, obviously. You could have probably paid that off with just the vendor fee. And then the
Mhm.
tickets could have helped, like, at least pay for the other shit. Maybe you don't make a lot.
You'd think
okay?
she'd at
You're
least
still
have a
a
DJ.
beginner.
She didn't sell enough tickets.
Here's-
If only 140 people showed up
Yeah.
and those were the prices,
Right.
she didn't sell enough tickets. She
didn't
didn't,
sell enough
have enough
tickets,
money to
no.
put on an event. There wasn't enough
Yeah.
money there.
She also told people that the reason why there was no DJ was because he got into an accident. He was in the hospital. So she made up this fucking somebody dying, basically.
Yeah.
I was like,
Jesus.
sorry, there's no DJ because he got into an accident and now he's in the hospital. So he had to cancel
Oh my
last minute because,
gosh.
like, you know, he's like in the hospital.
Well, so to Ashley's point there, though,
Wild.
if there was only 140 tickets truly sold and a huge chunk
Yeah.
of that was the authors, then maybe she really just didn't have the funding to put on the event. But like at that
And
point,
so then you cancel the
You
event.
cancel the event.
Yeah.
Before the event.
Maybe she was hoping for 500 to 600, and she ended up with 140, and she's like, "Oh shit! I only have a few
great.
$1,000s. I can't do everything.
Yeah, no, exactly. You can't.
I
So you
can't do
cancel the event.
anything."
So you cancel the event and
Yeah.
refund everybody their money. Like, I don't understand how this.
Crazy.
It really is the Fire Fest of book
Yeah,
festivals.
I-
It's
It
just
is.
as
you she
bad.
thought-
It's just as bad.
Yeah, I bet you she thought that the authors were gonna like bring in their own crowd of people to buy the tickets, and then it
Mhm.
didn't happen. And then now,
Well, because
she's
it's
basically
indie
saying,
authors. They're not.
Yeah, that's
people that are
probably not what they're
famous
doing.
yet.
Yeah, they're
Like,
coming
well,
there
and-
for the reason of getting people.
right? And like, I have to imagine that like not all of them have a huge social media presence. Like they might, but they probably
No.
don't. So like they might bring in
No.
some people, but
But not all of them.
yeah,
And especially because it's in Baltimore. So, like, realistically, how much of somebody's following is going to be in Baltimore or like willing to travel to Baltimore? You know,
Yeah, that's what I
whatever.
was thinking too.
Like,
Baltimore.
You might have a big following online, but do they all live in Baltimore
Right.
that it'll make a difference for you? Probably not. Like,
Yeah.
oh man,
and one lady was explaining like these events, like you actually have to apply, like you have to put in for it and see if you get accepted to be a vendor, and then you have to pay the fee. So they have to vet you basically
Yeah.
before they say, "Oh yeah, we want you there."
Yeah.
This person was reaching out to these people.
that's
She
a
was
red
saying,
flag.
"I want you to come to these events," which, you know, maybe it is and maybe it's not, but like
it's an iffy one. I
to
think.
tell people I want you to come to these events and then it be a total fail and you don't even try
Yeah.
to make it better, or you're not upfront and saying like, hey, listen, this isn't going the way I wanted it to go, so we're gonna have to cancel.
Yeah,
You
she
know, like
fucked
just
up.
Yeah, she did.
honesty. She fucked up big time.
She fucked up.
Sorry, I just did a lot of fucking talking. Somebody else talk.
Okay, well, again, that's your PSA to research the festivals you're going to go to
Jesus Christ.
before you spend lots of money on them.
Oh my god. Could you imagine just even being like a patron, just like a regular person going because you want to go to the ball and you show up and
I'd
there's
be
fucking
pissed
DJ
if I
Steve
took
on a-
time out of my day and got
on
there.
a-
If I got dressed up for a black tie event, got there, and there was a
Black
JBL speaker in an empty
tie.
room, no, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't stay for
JBL
2 days. I'd be
speaker.
pissed.
I'd be pissed. I'd be like,
I'd be so
"Can
mad."
we take this party somewhere else? We're already dressed up. Why would you stay? You know what I mean? Like,
It's so wild.
I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Especially because this is my jam right now, so I would have gotten very into it just to be very fucking disappointed.
Big
No,
letdown.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's a big. I actually haven't seen this, like these balls happening
I'm
at
gonna
all.
have
Like
to send you.
I was not privy to this.
They're interesting.
Until
Also,
Kelsey
like, got off
brought it
social
up.
Media.
This one, yeah, it's because I'm not on anything anymore.
Yeah, some are definitely better than
Okay.
others.
Yeah.
I've seen some others that were not so great, but not on this scale. Like this
No,
this is the Fire Festival, absolutely.
This is
Epic
fire.
failure.
Yeah, I mean, at least they weren't stranded on an island. Like,
I know that's the scary part about the Fire
In
Festival.
FEMA
Yeah,
tents.
it's
Yeah.
like dangerous.
Yeah.
FEMA tents, like the
Like
FEMA
afraid for your life a little bit.
gets me every time. The fucking FEMA tents. What? Oh my god.
What a journey.
oh man, what a journey!
What a journey.
And this podcast has been a
It
journey.
has.
But
Has.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap it up though.
Yep.
We
Again,
should.
we are your bitches. We're your bothered bitches. And
should we say our
out.
names again? Just this is a
Yeah,
test.
sure.
A
I think we
test.
should
There
go
we
in
go.
alphabetical order.
Ooh,
Okay.
that makes me first. I'm Ashley.
I'm Kelsey.
Hi, Monica.
I'm Nicole.
Thanks for hanging out
Okay.
with us.
Thanks for having us.
Until next
Monica, do
week.
the spiel. Like, subscribe. I don't remember all the
Like,
things.
follow,
Monica
share,
knows them.
subscribe.
Click all
Do
the
all the
buttons.
things.
Click all
Do
the
all the
buttons.
things.
Tell
And
your
like
friends.
maybe like comment back to us sometimes
love
on the
that.
stuff we post. Like that would be cool. I mean, we're not desperate or anything, but like
We're a little bit desperate.
We're just
But, like,
a
hey.
mediocre podcast, so could you?
We're a little bit desperate. That's
we're
let's
aware
change the
that
name of the
we are.
podcast.
we're a little bit desperate.
Desperate.
We know who we are. We can own it, but also
Yeah.
We can.
go comment.
Like, help us
Go
to
join the
drown.
conversation. Help
Please.
us out.
Please like us.
Come on.
Please like us.
Okay.
We would love you.
See you guys next
Okay.
week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the inner sanctum of friendship. These bitches are a little bit bothered.